Welcome to the action. We start with the New York Mets pitching prospects as we dive deep into the rotation battle. We look at Jonah Tong, the #1 prospect and the club's top overall prospect, and see what the data is saying about his performance so far. We examine his era, his strikeout numbers, and the rising star Jack Wenninger, who is showing incredible promise in AAA and challenging the pecking order. Find out if Wenninger has leapfrogged Tong, and why one arm is showing more immediate potential right now.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, we turn our attention to the massive potential shakeup brewing in the league involving the New York Mets and the Boston Red Sox. We are talking about the Freddy Peralta trade that could create a monster rotation for Boston. We break down the logic behind this hypothetical deal, examining what the Mets would receive, including Marcus Phillips and Mikey Romero, and how this move could fundamentally change the landscape for both teams. But the trade talk isn't just about one team. It's about major moves involving the St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Mets. We explore the fascinating scenario of the Cardinals trading ace Freddy Peralta to the rival Cubs for a haul, including top prospect Jackson Wiggins. We analyze why this trade makes strategic sense for St. Louis, pitching depth, and what the long-term implications are for both franchises. Finally, we face the harsh reality. The New York Mets are officially facing a crisis. We review the latest struggles, looking at Nolan McLean's performance, the stellar work of Clay Holmes, and the woeful offensive output across the board. We discuss why the team is struggling so badly and what it means for the future of this franchise. Stay with us because we are breaking down all the latest baseball news. The New York Mets pitching prospects are seeing a significant shift in the pecking order, with #5 prospect Jack Wenninger emerging as a potential rotation candidate, potentially overshadowing the struggling top prospect, Jonah Tong. While Nolan McLean has met expectations and Brandon Sproat has experienced ups and downs, the focus is now on the top pitching prospects. Jonah Tong, the club's #1 overall prospect, has faced challenges in his development. Over 8 starts at Syracuse, Tong has posted a 4.46 ERA, though he shows strong strikeout potential with a 33.8% clip. However, his performance is hampered by a 13.6% walk rate and 1.49 home runs per 9 innings, suggesting walks and homers are quickly unraveling his effectiveness. In contrast, Jack Wenninger, the Mets' #5 prospect, is demonstrating superior performance in AAA. He has posted a 1.27 ERA over 6 starts, leading all starters in the level, prompting questions about whether he has leapfrogged Tong in the call-up hierarchy. Initially viewed as a potential 4th or 5th starter due to his 6th-round draft status, Wenninger's 2025 campaign at Binghamton showed marked improvement, posting a 2.92 ERA with a 26.4% strikeout rate. This success is amplified by a special splitter pitch. Despite rising competition, Wenninger is showing signs of volatility, with his walk rate jumping to an uncomfortable 12.4%, raising concerns about future consistency. Nevertheless, his overall metrics suggest a higher ceiling than Tong. Wenninger's 89.9% left on-base rate is statistically favorable, even accounting for regression to the mean. Analysts suggest that if Wenninger can reduce free passes, he can offset this luck factor. The consensus emerging is clear. While Tong remains a high-ceiling prospect, Jack Wenninger is currently pitching better overall. Therefore, the immediate need for a rotation spot appears to favor Wenninger, positioning him as the arm ready to contribute to the Mets' rotation today. The Boston Red Sox are facing a significant offensive challenge if they aim to be a playoff contender in 2026, with current statistics showing struggles in key areas. The team ranks 28th in the league in home runs, 27th in runs scored, and 21st in team batting average. Internal performance issues are also noted, with several players not meeting expectations, including Carlos Narvi's batting .205, Trevor Story at .200, Caleb Durbin at .173, and Jaron Duran at .194. While there is internal belief that the offense can improve over time, experts suggest a major external boost might be necessary. Instead of pursuing major external acquisitions, some strategists are looking toward bolstering the pitching rotation by targeting the New York Mets and specifically pitcher Freddy Peralta. The Mets are currently struggling, standing near the bottom of the league with a poor record of 15-25, and rumors suggest they are open to interest in Peralta as early as June 1st. This move could be part of a strategy to build a dominant rotation for Boston. A proposed mock trade scenario involves the Red Sox acquiring Freddy Peralta in exchange for RHP Marcus Phillips, INF Mikey Romero, and of Alan Castro. This deal is framed as advantageous because Peralta is a dependable starter with a strong track record, boasting a 3.12 ERA in 8 starts and projected to pitch over 160 innings annually. For the Mets, the trade offers pitching depth, as Phillips could be expendable given the Red Sox's deep pitching farm system, and Romero and Castro represent prospects nearing the major leagues. This acquisition could allow the Red Sox to construct a formidable rotation featuring Garrett Crochet, Ranger Suarez, Peralta, Sonny Gray, and Connolly early, potentially establishing a long-term core capable of winning games. The potential move hinges on the Red Sox securing an extension for Peralta to solidify this long-term plan. The St. Louis Cardinals are navigating a period of transition, with internal discussions centering on potential blockbuster trades, including a hypothetical move for ace pitcher Freddy Peralta. Reports have surfaced suggesting the New York Mets are considering trading Peralta, whom they acquired last winter, for assets. The hesitation from the Mets stems from Peralta being in a walk year and the inability to finalize a long-term deal before the season commenced. While the Cubs were initially seen as a natural fit for the acquisition, the Cardinals' internal calculus is complex, particularly concerning general manager Chaim Bloom's strategy regarding prospect capital. Cardinals fans are reportedly skeptical of trading Peralta, given the team's current standing, which features a 4.25 team ERA, placing them 12th in the worst of MLB. However, proponents argue that St. Louis possesses significant starting pitching depth within its farm system, making a trade for a difference-maker like Peralta a strategic move. A hypothetical scenario discussed involves a 1-for-1 trade with the Cubs for top prospect Jackson Wiggins, ranked 43rd in MLB pipeline rankings, alongside potential additions like catcher depth in the form of Crooks. The analysis suggests that adding Peralta would provide St. Louis with 3 top-of-the-rotation starting pitchers, with Liam Doyle potentially relegated to a later role. This rotation depth is viewed as a significant asset for the Cardinals looking to bolster their summer lineup at Busch Stadium. Conversely, the Mets could potentially acquire a top 100 pitching prospect and enhance their catching depth. The report emphasizes that the Cardinals should prioritize winning the current season, noting that they still retain several top 100 prospects and a developing ace in Liam Doyle. The trade discussion highlights a strategic pivot, whether St. Louis should pursue an immediate rotation upgrade or focus on long-term development, balancing immediate needs with future potential. The New York Mets are facing a bleak outlook after returning home with a dismal 15-25 record, marking them as the worst team in baseball once again. After a 5-4 road trip, the Mets struggled against the Arizona Diamondbacks, dropping 2 out of 3 games in the series. With 35 games played, questions are mounting about the team's ability to turn things around. Pitching provided some flashes of brilliance. Nolan McLean showed improvement against the Diamondbacks, pitching 6 innings and allowing only 1 earned run on 3 hits and 1 walk. Meanwhile, Clay Holmes continues to be the team's most reliable starter, posting an impressive 1.86 ERA season to date, limiting damage to just 2 runs over 5 innings in his latest start. The bullpen was largely effective, with Luke Weaver, Brooks Raley, Devin Williams, and Tobias Myers combining for 4 scoreless innings in the opener. However, the team's overall performance remains deeply concerning. The series loss was heavily influenced by defensive lapses. On Sunday, The Mets committed 3 errors, 2 of which were attributed to Andy Ibanez, allowing 3 unearned runs in the 6th inning that sealed the loss. This highlighted systemic issues with the roster's defensive cohesion. The offense has been woeful. The Mets have recorded the 4th lowest on-base percentage, .287, in franchise history through 40 games, and they are averaging the 2nd fewest runs in baseball. Across the 3 games, the offense managed only 5 runs on 12 hits. Key hitters struggled significantly, with Juan Soto going 0 for 10 against Arizona and Bo Bichette also recording 0 hits in 10 at-bats. Analysts suggest that the team is suffering from a lack of consistency and that fundamental mistakes are repeatedly derailing their efforts, pointing toward a potentially difficult season ahead.